Yes. You have some cumulus clouds in the sky. Overall, it's a pretty nice day outside. Nothing exceptionally bad or anything. Hi guys, hello, MicheleMarieDalene, MicheleMarieDalene, and of course we are going to get started a little early. No particular reason not to. So let's get ourselves ready. As you know, tomorrow is going to be the big day of getting the phones on. I'm excited. You're excited. And I already know that you're excited. So, and what's nice is we're going to be seeing a cooling trend, a little bit of a cooling trend anyway. That's the first thing we're going to be seeing is we're going to be seeing a cooling trend. It's going to cool down a little bit for Wednesday, not excessively, but it's going to be cooler. Let me go ahead and share this out to all the regular places, and so everybody that is not received notifications for whatever reasons can join the show. And I can say we are live now on Hangouts. First of all, we are live now. Okay. And I will also send the same message to the Discord and to Facebook, so that we can also do Twitter too. We can do Twitter too, right? So let's do that. Let's get Twitter out there. And I have some good news about the iPhone. I accidentally left it on all weekend, and the battery was only at 30%, because remember, I was not on the air with it on Sunday. So I was actually surprised to see we had 30%, since this same battery originally couldn't hold a charge to save its ass. So that was a good thing. It means that the battery was doing better than expected. Of course, now the battery had run down a little bit because of the fact that the so I mean, it was just, I didn't expect it to be up that well, and it did hold up fine, so I was very happy to see that. I wish I could actually announce this thing ahead of time, but I keep forgetting how to do that, so I have to announce it lower live now at everyone. You spelled everyone wrong. Yeah, no. We are now live. Yeah. Okay, so, and I'll send this to the official North American Snow Queen General Forum. And now I'm going to go ahead in the Facebook, and I'm going to share it out with some of the groups on Facebook that I follow and that follow me. That way we can get caught up with some people who may not have been subbed to the channel. We did really good with the subs. We actually are on the sub rise, which is fantastic. I know a lot of people have been very appreciative of the information that I have presented to them on YouTube about what's going on with the situation with stimulus and other things. And of course, people are excited about the fact is that same thing with the phone information, that so many people were really looking forward to seeing the phone back on. So I'm sending out to my regular group here on Facebook. Yeah. I don't know why you send to some of these people, because I hardly ever hear from them, but oh well, we'll send anyway. And I do have some new ones here, so yeah, we're almost done. Yeah, it's still hot, guys. Honestly, it's still hot. Okay. That's enough people. That's enough people. Brian Bingham. I'll do him last. Okay, so that's gonna be enough to get everybody up on the same page. So, we have, been. Oops. What are you doing? What are you buzzing at me for, phone? Oh, message was not sent. Which one was not sent? Oh, this is from Brian Bingham. Okay, fine. Is he still on the system or did he leave? I have no idea. Okay, just get rid of him anyway. They did. Delete that one. Alright. So, now let me go back to the YouTube side of things and look at all the introduce, say hello to everybody. I didn't forget you guys. It's just that, unfortunately, I don't have a way to automate this because the URL links are different each time. So I get some people on, so let's get caught up here. Rickington says hello. Bob Dog says yay. Canadian Rental Kill says Justice the question BLM. What's up, friends? Not much. Dustin Dwarf says, hey Michelle. Bloated Kiki crew here showing love and support. Much appreciated. Thank you for being on the show. Did you mod me? Oh God. Just did, Pop. Behave or you will lose that wrench. Okay. I just did, Pop. Alright, so anyway, let's get caught up with all the people. First of all, I want to say welcome to the show, everybody. And this table is a little crooked, so let me try to get everybody on the same page here. Very, very hot day today. However, on Wednesday, tomorrow, it will be cooler. Actually, it will start cooling down. Tomorrow will be a high of 30, and then Wednesday will be a high of 28 degrees. So it's going to be cooling down for a few days this week, which is great because we're going to be able to sweat less. Oh, yeah. Even out here, it's still sticky. It's still sticky out here, too. So, just remember, Pop, please refrain from making everybody's life unpleasant. Okay? Remember, individuals can still ignore you, I think. Anyway, that's beside the point. So tomorrow is going to be a big day. Tomorrow is going to be the phones are going to be hooked up and tested, and hopefully you'll get things working. I know I said I was going to do a video of the back end of the system. There is a few things that me and the phone man are going to have to deal with the back end. Mostly he's just going to go ahead and configure the system on the outside and make sure things are working on the inside as far as the DSL and the modems go and stuff. And then I've got to figure out the best way to deal with the Ethernet cables, because we're still streaming, of course, in part from T-Mobile right now, for obvious reasons, because the other internet's not up. However, I mentioned that I would like to see possibly combining the idea of T-Mobile with our other phone system by doing some network routing of cables. I'm not sure how to do that effectively, but I am interested in the idea. But you need more wire. I need more wire. I need more Category 5 cables. So that's where we stand. I know a lot of people are excited. So are we going to do the show outside? Yes. Are we going to have the phone out here like we did for the testing? Yeah, we're gonna have one phone, not three of them, but yes, we will have one of them. I didn't talk to Carrie today. I left her a message earlier this morning. But I didn't talk to her today. Oh yeah, she did say. I think that was her. She said that she liked this morning's video. So I think she was on this morning. So let's see what happens with that. I'm a little bit disappointed. I gained a friggin' inch in my waist. I know that's patent is stupid, huh? Stupid, huh? Worrying about an inch. But anyway, no, this is not the iced tea. This is a regular tea. Iced tea is a cool it. It's in the refrigerator cooling off because I had to make some more of it. Is she okay? Well, I don't know why she wouldn't be. Maybe Rickington maybe knows. I don't know. Life with Linda tried reaching out as well.
I'm gonna fix it now.
Life with Linda tried reaching out as well. Okay, which one is that one? People P says, you didn't answer my last question. Let me ask it in a discreet way. Are you sure you want your question answered on a public forum, Pop, with everybody present? I mean, is this something that you feel should be addressed to a public forum? Because if it's really personal, I would really recommend you don't. Because, yeah, she's doing good. Glad to hear that. And I'm doing pretty good too. My knees are doing better. I actually, on this weekend, when at nighttime when it's cooler, I gotta deal with the 110 punch down block, and I have to route 2 more cables into the 110 punch down block. Oh Lord. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Your knees are gonna hate you for sure. Hey, Captain, the Bayards can't take it. They're overheating, Captain. You're stressing the bands too much. You know, trust me, my poor left knee. Yeah, it takes killing. Because I'm gonna have to get on the floor, baby, and boogie. I'm more like crawl, actually, because I have to get. My stupid power strip is like 2 board down. Alright. Go back. Are you gonna do that to me again, Pop? Alright. Alright, so let's answer this question real quick. You said you didn't answer my question. Let me be more discreet. If God went undercover, what would be a good cover? A sinner. Because as a sinner, he could see what the sinner is doing, and he can learn from observing the sinner close up in their natural habitat. So, I'm cooking a hanger steak. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like steak. I don't usually get a chance to eat much steak. Yes, the call should theoretically be online on Wednesday. Because the man from the central office is coming tomorrow morning. He changed the time from 8 to 12. I don't know, Pop. I don't know. If he wanted to act at the cover that was a little nicer, he could appear impartial, I suppose. If that makes any sense. I mean, yes, I know. I know what you meant. maybe he could appear as maybe like an impartial, kind of a nice person that, you know, maybe he might be able to still kind of blend in with the other people he's watching, but not doing all the stuff that the sinners are doing. What? He still wants to be on the good side. Well, he could. It's just, like I said, he could just act impartial. Very easy. He could just act impartial and try to befriend some of the people that he wants to observe. See what happens. Being impartial is not nice. There's nothing nice about it. Well, first of all, if he was truly following the sinners, the last thing he wants to be is a snitch. Okay? Snitches get stitches. We know that, right? Or worse. So he wouldn't want to appear as a snitch. Maybe he could give some advice and see if the people will take the advice. But that's about it. I would think all he would do is just to, like I said, to be a nice person that maybe the people would come to talk to him. Hi, Rick and Ten, how you doing? What if he was some kind of a spiritual teacher? What type of story would he make up? What kind of story can he make up? I'm not sure. That's a good question. I don't really know what kind of story he would make up. I suppose it would depend on a lot of things. For example, what the type of people he's talking to, what's the lesson he's trying to share in his story. That could be important. But not knowing, let's just try to sing some lower speed so it doesn't make a lot of racket here. I think it would be really kind of hard to say what he would do. Internety Splinter Cell says hello. Yeah, how you doing today? People P says, I meant if he was his spiritual. Okay, well, what would be a good fake story, Nancy Fowler type? I'm not sure. As I said, it depends on so many things. Like, what is he trying to teach? Like I said, my clothes are sticking to me. Ugh. I had to turn the fan down to lower settings because it makes too much noise other ways. Noodles, you literally send me a screenshot of you lying to Michelle and saying that I keep threatening to block you. I only threaten to block you from me, not from the channel. Oh, okay. Yeah, but the problem is, though, yeah, you're not a mod, so yeah, you can do that. Well, why block anybody if you can avoid it? Impartial people are just as guilty as the criminals. Guys, what do you think about Pop's story? Pop's suggestion. Are the impartial people as guilty of the criminals that the undercover God is trying to observe because he's not trying to start something? Is that make him guilty because he's trying to observe the people that he wants to reach out to in the natural element? I don't see it as a yes. I see it as a no. Because I don't think he's as guilty. And I said, okay, I take that back. You can't be impartial if you want to help humanity. You have to take a side. Okay, Noodles, I appreciate your apology. I don't know what the story is between you and Carrie, but that's between you and Carrie. But if you want to help Pop answer his questions, and this, because I gave him my view. Yeah, I know. It's not always easy to follow his logic. I know. Yeah, he can be. His logic is a little bit hard to do. He's not a bad kid, but sometimes his logic is hard to follow. It's sticky today. It is. I did not know it was this sticky out here. If I knew it was this sticky, I would have done it in the other room. You totally misunderstood what I said. I didn't suggest for him to be angry at them. You suggested for them to give him. I suggested for him to give him positive suggestions. I don't know about that, Carrie. There's a lot about Pop I know, which you haven't really met yet. But Michelle, this is from Noodle, says, I made a comment last week that was incorrect about Carrie and blocking me on your channel. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I wasn't sure what that was all about anyway. I meant he should give them positive suggestions. I never said he should argue to or preach to people. Carrie says, thank you. Okay, Noodle says, Carrie, please stop. I am not that. I am not. That's not fair. You're still blocked on my phone now. Why? Again, that's between you guys. I really don't want to get into that. Right now I'm trying to deal with it. Yes, Pop, you should try to give suggestions. And I agree, you shouldn't be preaching at the people because that kind of sucks, you know. Well, that's a good question, though. How do you answer that question? I don't know. It's one of those things that sometimes with these topics that are hard for me to kind of come. I come up with an answer, and then of course it doesn't. You said you should say nothing at all to them. You said you should at least suggest the right things, and here's why. Okay, if you don't preach at least a little bit, it would be a waste of time. That depends on what his objective is, Pop. Okay, it depends on his objective. After all, if he's just trying to fit in, then maybe he's trying to give suggestions. Depending on the kind of people he's dealing with, they may take offense to his suggestions. Depending on his personality type, they may even become more upset that he's a narc, and then he's all of his covers blown. That's the problem. Okay. I can't exactly sit next to a rapist and just remain impartial. That's understandable. But maybe if you ask the person why he did that event, or why God would ask that person why he did that, instead of, not only get out there and do a morality play, but rather to find out the story of how it all happened. At the least, find out how it happened, and then would give you or give God an idea how to proceed. But he would be talented enough to preach in a convincing way that people don't get as offended. But you just said one thing that will get many offended. The word preach. The word preach. It's a tricky word. When you use preach, then you're using a strong means of casting judgment at them. And people take offense to that. Your suggestion makes sense, but I also would think that God would also want to know the story of what happened so that he can figure out the best way to approach the topic. It's the type of thing I have to do on my channel every day, Pop. There are days when I see people saying things on my channel which are so incendiary at times, but I have two choices. Either A, I can preach at them and act mightier than thou, which doesn't work because it basically makes everybody offended. Or, like I usually do ask, is what's the story about what's going on? Okay? I will take the time and I will try to understand by asking them questions. And then based on the answers I got, once we have a dialogue, that is, we communicating back and forth, that's when, if I feel that they're willing to talk to me in a dialogue, that's the key word, dialogue. They have to talk to each other in a dialogue. Once they do that, hey, you're 5 steps towards achieving the root problem and the root cause of the problem. Yeah, that's true, Noodles. That's what happened. People P says, your definition of preach might not be the same as mine. For me, music is preaching. Art is preaching. I totally misunderstand. But Noodles does bring up a good point, though, Pop. Because Noodles does not know much what you mean by preaching, and Noodles is trying to interact with you. Okay, I'm back. How you doing again? Let me pretend you were a goddess. How would you go undercover? Well, how do you think, Noodles? How would you go undercover? If you're trying to find out something, how would you go undercover to learn about the cause and find a way to also reach out to those people? I need to have our live oaks trimmed and stuff. Okay, well, other people with Noodles is trying to talk to you too. So why does it have to be just me when other people were trying to join you in the conversation? Yeah, well, okay, I may understand what you mean by preaching, but Noodles doesn't. So if you would like to please give her a quick definition. You're asking a question in a public forum. Why don't you let the others help answer the question? That's why we have a chat. Because we are in a group of people. There's 8 of us here, and one of those 8 wants, 2 of those 8 are willing to talk to you at least. You're right, he doesn't, Carrie. Unfortunately, that's the hardest thing. At the same time, he wants people to listen to what he has to say, and Noodles did ask him to define his preaching. For me, Hollywood movies, a form of preaching, my definition is loose. Carrie just asked your question, Pop. Alright, his original question was, if God or the goddess was to ever go undercover to reach a group of people and not be detected by them as being a god or goddess, what is the best way for the god and goddess to observe those people and to communicate with those people? I suggested that the god or goddess should be impartial and should listen to the people first and try to talk to the people to find out the story before doing the equivalent of preaching at them. He originally said maybe God's goddess should give suggestions, which is good, but also the god and goddess should also listen to their side of the story. She said, yeah, Pop, you have great points. Pop, you just got someone who actually liked what you actually asked. Give her a thank you. She's willing to talk to you. Likewise, the other individual there is Noodles is willing to talk to you. I say use 5G to download all those thoughts, then use supersonic brainwave patterns to convince them all to accept capitalism and become slaves. No, she said, I'm just kidding. So she's not being serious here, Bob. Don't take it serious, okay? I almost like everything Pop says. He is brilliant. He is smart. He is knowledgeable. And in some ways, he actually trumps me with some of the questions that we talk about off camera. So that's the reason why I actually think that he needs to be part of the group that actually is willing to interact with him. That's one of the reasons why I do not have a problem being on the show. I just ask that, he listened to what the other people are trying to suggest too. Multiple points of view, it can be a very important thing to learn. Okay. I'm not a communist, by the way. Okay. But what does that have to do with the question you asked about what would God do if you wanted to be undercover? There is no phones yet, Skynet. Not until tomorrow. And then we're not going to be doing phone calls tomorrow because I got to have time to shake down and set the gear up. But we will have them on Wednesday. That's the intended plan. That hasn't changed. Nope, hasn't changed. It's the plan. It's the way it's going to be for now. And then Wednesday, the phones will be on. Right. And, Gary says, Pop, isn't that called a socialist? Skynet is going to go along with pop. I don't know. Well, they could, because it's just going to be the phone number studio line. People pieces, socialist and socialist democrat are different. Okay, could you clarify that for them, Pop, so you understand? Do either work? What do you mean, do either work? Oh, the political system. I honestly, I don't really have enough information about either one to explain it. I don't really understand politics except as it relates to my agenda. That's very common for a lot of people. So, yeah. I'm going to turn this fan to the higher setting here. Sorry, my legs are hot. Maybe Pop is Antifa. No. Pop is not part of Antifa. I can tell you that for a fact. And, Splinter Cells Pop, do you wear all black and act edgy and write on a bunch of posters? Just kidding, Antifa. People P says Sweden is socialist. USR, which means USR. Was communist. Cuba is communist democracy. 3 different systems. Pop probably is too scared to go outside and join in. People P says communist democracy is not the same as communist. Carrie says, oh, I thought you were kidding, Pop, sorry. People P say Antifa is communist antichrist, which is different. Anarchist. Okay. Pop, thank you very much for clarifying about Antifa. Yeah, I don't know anything about Antifa personally, except I don't like them very much because they allow people to damage and desecrate people's property. And they hurt and they cause a lot of emotional pain and hurt for people. They're not very nice people. Antifa is an organization that has caused a lot of harm and hurt to people. I am not an anarchist. Okay, I got that. But still, what is the difference between a socialist democrat, a socialist, and a communist? That question still comes up because people do not necessarily know the similarity or the differences between them. Pop, here's your chance to actually explain something. You got the opportunity to explain something very important here. This opens up doors for you. People do want to know the difference. Let's see. It says the legal system causes a lot of pain too. Okay, I'm gonna misplay this. Okay. And the prison system. Michelle, I'm not a socialist Democrat. I'm a communist Democrat. Okay, I stand corrected. Sorry, my mistake, Pop. Okay, I get them all mixed up too. It's not the same. But nobody here knows what a communist, social democrat, or socialist or communist is. There's 4 classes here. People want to know, and they don't know. Clearly have an idea. You obviously said they're different, but now people need you to explain it to them. They want to know what is the difference. I gotta stand up and shake up my sweaty clothes real quick. Because, I mean, this is... Whoa. Let me just try to get some air. Everything's sticking to me. Alright, so... Oh, alright, so... Like I said, people want to know the answer. I want to be a professional troll anarchist. LOL. I value law and order, but the authority must come from God, in my honest opinion, and not from Satan. Agreed. People P said a socialist Democrat believes in being part of the already existing system and running it in the mainstream elections. Okay. So in other words, they believe in part of being an existing system. So that's one answer, but what about the other 3? Socialist, communist, and democratic communist. Pop says a communist Democrat believes in running in communist election like Cuba's. They reject neoliberal capitalist elections. Okay. And so now, I think as far as neo-capitalist elections would be something like pushing the concepts of modern capitalism concepts, which is not strictly the same as traditional capitalistic concepts, but they can be similar. So that's 2 for 2, but what about the other 2, Pop? Okay. A communist Democrat, okay, I already answered that. And Kerry says, like gummy bears. People B says, read the other concept. I did. I read both of them, Pop. You explained what a socialist Democrat was. You explained what a communist Democrat was. But you didn't explain what is a true communist and what is a true socialist. Don't forget, other people may want to ask questions too. So if you people want to ask questions, please do, because this could get pretty heavy duty from the way it sounds like it's going to go. Noodles, Carrie, Reckington, anyone else got any questions about what Pop is talking about? I did read your other comment. Oh, that 2, 3. Let's see. It's not the same. Okay. He says, The Socialist Democrat believes in being part of the already existing system and running in the mainstream elections. Okay. A Communist Democrat believes in running in communist elections like Cuba's. They reject neoliberal capitalistic elections. Okay, fine. That answer is true, but the part that you didn't explain is what is a true socialist and a true communist? You answered part of the question, but you left us. Okay, let's move on, says Rickington. I'd be willing to do that. John Hester says hello. Now, by the way, speaking of communism, the true communism of Russia, communism, I believe, has something to do with the military controlling the system, whereas, and I might be wrong, but how would the communists deal with the needs of the people of the United States, for example, who are really seriously looking for the government to give them assistance and haven't done much yet during the immediate crisis to help during this last few days? How you doing, Astro? A true socialist and true communist are both wrong. Communist Democrat rejects both. Okay. Okay. Oh. Mary Beth Unger. Hey, Michelle. Looks like some games are being played tonight. I hope your visit went well. My visit? You mean from the phone man? He's not until tomorrow. I'm not comparing the socialism and communism, comparing communism to communism. Okay. Which organization would be responsible for monitoring pro-communist propaganda in our country? The FBI or CIA? Pop, do you know the answer to that? I'm comparing the social system to the Cuban system. Okay. Hi, Astro and Joe. People, peace. I hope it all makes sense. Ugh. I'm getting a headache. Just trying to figure out how that all works, Pop. Okay. Let's just accept Democrat communists and Democrat socialists are different. And they're different than socialists and communists. I think that's going to be the first thing, Bob, you're going to really need to explain in one of your videos so people can have a clear understanding of both. I hope it all makes sense. Mary Beth gives you a thumbs up and a heart icon. Carrie says, LOL, Pop. People P says, I'm comparing Soviet Union to Cuba. Okay. Carrie says, it sounds interesting. Rickington sounds clear to me. Joe Hester's words. People P says, no, I'm comparing communism, mainstream to communism, democracy. Okay. Well, I gotta admit, it's not exactly what I call something that a lot of people really understand the details of. I'm not promoting socialism. We're talking about the two different types of communism. Yeah, okay. Two different types of communism. Okay, I got that part. Worker co-ops. Well, I'm not sure how that works, Joe. I really don't know. But he does talk about the fact is that in Cuba, the Communist Party itself doesn't normally put a person into the parliament. Was the visit good? Let's visit. Because I didn't have anybody visit me today. Oh, Dory came by briefly. I talked to Dory for a little bit. So what was Mary Beth said about a visit? Which organization would be responsible? Hi Michelle, looks like some games are being played tonight. I hope your visit went well. Hello to all of you wonderful fans of Michelle. Good to see you on the site. Yeah, the visit so far of people being here is good. Yes, if that's what you meant. I love the older videos with her. Yeah, I know. We after the burning times, if you will, with the trolls, she didn't want to do them anymore because she thought they were terrible people at that time, and that's one reason why she gave up doing them. Which was kind of sad because I think Dory did a pretty good job on the videos, reaching out to people and sharing information and things like that. And it was good for her because she got a chance to share some of her skills and things that she liked to do as well. On Saturday, we were trying to find your house. Yeah, they were trying to find my house on Google Maps, but they did see the satellite view where we live because it's easy to just look at my address. I know the address, but I can't travel. I'm homebound a lot from health issues, and she's also got a family to take care of too. I don't think Carrie would be able to really bring all of her, bring her family up here. In Russia, the party selects everything. In Cuba, the party has less authority and less power. Okay. Oh, I thought they were going there. No, they just wanted to see it in space, what it looks like. I always wonder how Google manages normally how to get the scenes without anybody actually walking on the street. I mean, the satellites are always floating over us. I mean, do they take snapshots when they don't see any human beings? Because it always makes the city look so desolate. Yeah. Carrie, please take care. Health is important. Absolutely, health is important. Absolutely. You're talking to a person that is basically walking on a bum kneecap. Oh, I can tell you health's important. One false slip, that could be the last move we ever make. So I have to be very careful when I do things. Boston girl is going to visit her this summer. I think, yeah, Boston was going to. Boston still would like to. I'm surprised Boston isn't even here in the comments. She watched the reruns, I think. Yeah, she does. Yeah, okay. Gary says, thank you, noodles. No problem, thumbs up. Okay. Should theoretically go get some iced tea out of the refrigerator. It's cool now. Yeah. So, let me go get my iced tea because this cup is almost empty anyway. Let me just go. You want to just make some more coffee? Make some more regular tea. I could do that. You want me to make some more regular tea? How long would it take to make it? Well, the water is already hot. And let me go make some tea. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, some tea. Oh, it's hotter in here than it is out there. Okay. I got regular hot tea and I got cold tea. So, okay. So where was I? 38th grandchild will be born in 7 weeks. 4 in college already. Okay. I only have 3 kids. Okay. Miss it again. Can you? I ate that entire hanger steak. Okay. I took 6 of my grandkids to the Diamond Mine Day in Arkansas. I don't blame her for not traveling with kids. Yeah, I know about that park. Can you go up a bit on a missed and important comment? I'm working on it, Pop. In Russia, the party selects everything. In Cuba, the party has less power. Okay. Okay, yeah, Michelle. It's different. Oh, I thought they were going there. Noodle says, Carrie, please take care of your health is important. Can you give it up? I just did. Mary Beth says, I took 6 of my grandkids to Diamond Mine, taking Arkansas. I don't blame her for not traveling with kids. Internet Splinter Cell says, Mary Beth, oh yeah, Boston's girl is going to visit her this summer, I think. Noodles, thank you. Okay, now I'm getting caught up here because I don't guys worry about me just reading it. I ate that entire hanger steak. Can you miss it again? With peas and carrots. Mary Beth, wow. I only have 3 kids. Oh, okay, I gotta cut up here. Michelle, yeah, it would be hard to travel, but I do hope you get nice visitors this year. I'm really hoping you spend Christmas with nice people and have a dinner maybe. Oh, that might be a possibility. I don't know yet. I read my July general horoscope from my sign of Aquarius, and it did say that July was going to be a pretty positive time. Only that's a lot of responsibility, Carrie. You're a very good mother. LOL Noodles. Splinter Cell, thank you. I mean, only as his big feet. I thought 3 was hard. 38th grandchild will be more than 7 weeks. Illuminati Splinter Cell. Bro, be right back. Speaking of kids, Noodle says, Carrie, seriously, mothers are extremely important. Yes, they are. I love my mother. I wish she was still here. I miss my dad. My mom and I don't talk very much. Where is my favorite lady you went to? I went to go make some tea. Gary says, oh, Noodle, sorry, I miss my mom too. I wish my mom was here too. We just lost her before COVID, but can't get to Chicago to lay her to rest yet. Ron Martin says the letter O is the only letter that doesn't appear in the name of any U.S. state. Oh, Q. Oh, the letter Q. Okay, yeah. Nice was missing the facts. Ron Martin says there are 24 words in French language that mean surrender. Okay. Mary Beth, sorry. I guess that's a pink flower. And it says Rowan LOL. International Spencer Cell says that's off of LOL. Mary Beth, well, I have only one word for surrender. Mossberg. Mossberg, I don't. Is that a French word? No, it's not. No, it's German, I think. Yeah. So, everybody that is here wants to know about the phones. The phone man is coming tomorrow. Our first porch phone stream It's going to be on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. In my area of the country, it'll be a little cooler, maybe not as humid. At least I hope so. On the wire, where it says, good evening. The longest word in English language is, why would you want a word that long? Thank you. It's a blessing sometimes when one has lost all of themselves. 5 years she had no clue of anything. Yes, it is German. Yep. Running amok is technically a mental disorder, mental condition. The tiny pocket in jeans was originally designed for pocket watches. Correct. Yep. Here's one that you probably do know, Rowan, or at least you probably will dig up. The idea of putting rivets on pockets of jeans was created by Levi Strauss after realizing that the farmers who were putting gold nuggets in their pockets were ripping them up. He decided to reinforce them with rivets, specifically so that the seams wouldn't break, resulting in pockets that were stronger and allowing miners to carry more gold nuggets in their pants without actually ripping them up. The rivets in pockets of the jeans became a mainstay of the Levi Strauss brand for many, many, many decades since. Today, many other companies are now doing the same thing, but Levi Strauss still has the original patent. Yeah, I know. Cows don't have front upper teeth. Okay. Sadly enough, neither did Dory. She lost her upper denture. She didn't have upper teeth either. But then the difference is the cows are herbivores, whereas Dory is an omnivore. I do got one question now, and I brought it up this morning. How can a person like me, who does not have a tremendous amount of money, afford to get their knee fixed when they do not have Medicaid, and Medicare only pays, as I believe, is about 50% of the hospital stay, and maybe about 25% of the surgery to fix a broken kneecap. I have never figured out how people on Medicare can get injuries repaired like my damaged left knee. I would like to get it fixed. I do admit I'm damn lucky that I'm doing as well as I am. But also, of course, upon finding out from an orthopedic doctor that the procedure would cost me at least $50,000, not including hospital stay, medication, physical therapy, post-surgery recovery, because I have an apartment, so I would have to pay rent in my apartment, nor does it cover visiting nursing. How in the hell can a person on Social Security disability get a knee injury repaired like that? Do they have to find a doctor that's willing to do it pro bono? Because I would like to fix my knee if I could. You're not being ignored, Pop. People were talking to you. I think you could only have to pay 30%, so I tried to GoFundMe once before and nothing happened. Nobody even donated anything. But it's still a good question, though, because I know some people do get GoFundMe money for this, but other people just kind of go, she's just sponging out the system. I'm not going to pay her a damn rotten penny. She doesn't deserve it. Well, like I said, I'm lucky I'm not. It could have been a lot worse, but still, I would like to know. No number before 1000 contains the letter A. I'm sick of being ignored. You're not being ignored, Pop. I have never heard of a pro bono surgeon except those doctors without borders who operate on Venezuela or elsewhere. Right. People in low-income countries that need medical help, they will help with. Yeah. But what about people that are American that need help with medical procedures? Who helps us? It's the only state capital without a McDonald's. Ron, I wonder why that doesn't have a McDonald's. Honestly, what is it about Monte Carlo, New York, or Vermont, that where people won't have you can't always see it. Can't see what? The injury? No, it's not like you can really see it. It's just that, I mean, I know that it does make it harder for me because I can't easily get down onto the floor. Like, I have to fix the Ethernet cables. I have to do the 110 punch down block. And I'm going to have to get on the floor to do that because I put the thing near the baseboard. So now, not only do I have to move the cat litter out of the cat box out of the pantry, but then I got to get on I got to lay on the floor with a 110 punch down tool to terminate a connection block. It's kind of something I wanted to do, but I guess it's kind of optional. It's just something I really... Yeah. Since where they missed. It has a population of 7,500. Retired dentist, perform pro bono surgeries in Newark, New Jersey all the time. Yeah, that's another thing I need to get fixed. That's a lot cheaper than a kneecap replacement. Yeah. Sorry for the misunderstanding. Cuba has a higher life expectancy than the USA. Yes, Ron, can you confirm that statistic, please? What is the life expectancy of those in Cuba versus America? Noodles, maybe y'all should stop knocking each other's teeth out. How so will it better USA people? Good question. All of our homeless still have teeth. Some do, not all. I would say most of those I know have teeth in various levels of disrepair. But yeah, they have their teeth. But speaking of an interesting statistic, did you know that prior to the Elizabethan era of England, aka the Tudor area, did you know that the majority of the people did not suffer from predominant tooth decay? It only happened after the discovery of sugar. Sugar, of course, originally was just as big hard as a rock, and then they would grind it up as needed. They would flake it off. And sugar was really popular, and they put sugar in everything. Upon the introduction of sugar to the upper classes that could afford to buy it, tooth decay began to exist. In fact, there's a woman's jaw that was shown in a list at the time of the Tudor people in England that has the same exact injury to her molar that I have in my back of my jaw. The same lower molar, same damage. The molar originally cracked in half. She lost her molar, and like me, she's got a broken tooth, same shape, same style, in her 15th century jaw that I have. Was that you? Maybe. That would be interesting. Maybe you were the 15th century person who couldn't avoid eating sugar. No, it's not impossible. Yeah, usually sugar, though, is pretty much available only for the well-to-do that had money to spend, because it was so expensive to get sugar. Because it had to be imported into medieval England. Let's see. Ganglioneuralgia is a medical term for brain freeze. I want new teeth. They are now officially old. Sugar came from Europe, from the Caribbean, correct. And sugar beets. So sugar also came not just from the Caribbean, but also there was other ways to make sugar too. Europeans discovered the power of sugar beets. Michelle, I hate it. I will repeat myself. Pop! I really hate repeating myself. You said that you would behave, and you're already sitting there, and you're already trying to make Cuba has a higher life expectancy than the USA. I got it. I think you need to take a break. Take a time out for a bit, Pop. Jeez. Woo! Yeah, just take a break, Pop. Take a break. Okay? Just for a while, alright? Okay. Tobacco also did not exist in Europe until they discovered it in the Americas. Correct again. Yep. Grace Williams says thumbs up. Thanks, Grace. So we're up to 9 people. Now, I don't like the black people, but Pop is getting a little bit annoying. Really? You know, there's another famous story from the Middle Ages. Oops, there goes my phone cord. I gotta go get that before it falls, before it brings my phone to the floor. Yeah, okay. And that is this. Ready? There's just a story of a peasant guy. He was a basic farmer in England. And he had a long, healthy life. This guy ate just basically grains, local fruits, and vegetables. Nothing fancy, right? And he was living, for the time, to a pretty ripe old age of about 70 years old. And the king asked him, so how do you live so long? And he said, well, I happen to eat healthy food. Well, the king, being very happy to see that this farmer was so successful, invited him to a royal dinner. He died in less than a week after that because of the rich food. How in the hell do you like that? What a birthday present. And that's actually a true story. The guy actually had been eating so healthy and so carefully with the vegetables and stuff that he was cooking for himself that the minute he started getting into the sort of royal king's diet for that special celebration, his body couldn't take it and basically started to fail. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Wow. The African slave trade started in the 9th century. Europeans did not purchase slaves from Africa until the 18th century. Right. Also, another thing came from the in Europe, which was brought to to England, was the spices from the spice trade, from the space routes. This goes back a little bit of ways, but the space routes, the spice, not space, like spice trade from India and the Near East brought things such as spices, cinnamon, paprika, many valuable things, and those things slowly became a part of the two-door diet of the 15th century. For those people in well-to-do England, the taste of spices was a big deal, and they liked the taste of it, and so they would put it in their meals. Those that had the money to buy them, especially people who made a lot of money in the Elizabethan era, two-door Elizabethan era, they spent a lot on spices and of course sugar too. The homes also became much more sophisticated as well. They were no longer a single room, or rather were becoming rooms in a home, compartmentalized into different areas. However, the one problem that they also had at the time was not proper knowledge how to make a working chimney. Many houses, unfortunately, burned to the ground because of bad and poor chimney design and chimney fires from the built-up of creosote, which was another thing that destroyed a lot of 15th century homes as well. The first African European country to purchase slaves was Portugal. Happy Boy says, I hate you. Wednesday, I think the phones will be up. Yep. Let's see, where is this says here? It says here, people peace. The noodle says Monaco. Tobacco did not. Right, that's correct. Rome Martin said Facebook once made two AI to specifically communicate with each other. They shut it down when they taught the language that they made up. Yes, I do remember that one. Yes. The African slave trade started in the 9th century. Europeans did not purchase slaves from Africa until the 18th century. The first movie to make a soundtrack with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Everybody thinks it was a jazz singer, but it's not. Okay. Noodle says the African slave trade flourished in China for over 600 years. What happened to all those slaves? I have no idea. Wednesday, that is when the phones will be upline. Happy Boy 1995 says, I hate you. Happy Boy 1995 says, you have no right to be happy. A Noodle says, the first European country to purchase an African slave was Portugal. Another that says, doesn't seem like a happy boy, but a boy for sure. Rowan Martin says, in 1923, a jockey had heart attack during a race. The horse continued on and won the race, making the jockey the first and only jockey to win a race while dead. Okay. The African slave trade officially ended in China around 1949. Narrative says everyone has a right to be happy except career criminals. Thank you. Okay. Nightbot says join our Discord. Ron Martin says in the game Metal Gear Solid 2, there is a boss that can be defeated by not playing the game for a week. Okay. I don't know anything about that. But I will tell you what I do know. Yup. We're going to be playing World of Warcraft in a couple of days on the Welcome to My World channel. That's right. That will be... when? Probably going to be like later on at night. Ooh. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I have to go ahead and get my character. Not only do I have to get Vanya up to snuff and get her caught up, I gotta get Calixta caught up. I gotta get Michaela caught up. Yeah, you don't have a play character for you, do we? No, you didn't create one for me. Oh, well maybe we should. That's okay. I'm not really interested. Yeah, alright. So Rowan Martin says, okay, so yeah, well, I can say that the show is doing okay. I mean, it's reaching out to people, and that's the good thing. I mean, I'm really looking forward to having the phone time, but I do hope that it's not gonna, unfortunately, totally sabotage the whole program at the same time. We hope. So let me just give Grace Williams a thank you. Okay, thanks. Okay, so yeah. Now, by the way, for those of you who wanted to know about what I think is going to happen with the stimulus, I think if we do manage to get the HEROES Act or a variation of it passed, I think... Oh, there we go with that boy, huh? The largest Japanese outside of Japan is in Brazil. Why Brazil? That will affect a lot of words. What does that say? You will suffer. I like that, Rickington. That's really cute. You will suffer. That's a good point. U, the letter U, is... Yeah. Let me plug in the other charger here so I can charge my phone here. The letter U is commonly used in so many words, especially in French and in British English. The letter U is used in the words. For example, labor, behavior, neighbor. All those words involve the letter U. And then, of course, the letter I, O, yeah, O was as important too. Right. Cot, lot, shot, snot. What about I? Is in ignorant. Also involve A. Yes. I would degen on you. You know what? I think it's time, mister, that it's time for you to go bye-bye. No, just time him out. He's not serious. He can't hurt you anyway. Yeah, I know, like I said, I'm trying to have a good show, guys. And this is very important to me to reach out to the people. Also, you will notice that my hair is growing well. It's still a little itchy. Yeah. But you will notice that my hair is growing in pretty doggone well, actually. A 500-pound person was once cremated. During the process, they set the crematorium on fire. Right. I think I believe that. I think I've heard that too. You know what they should have done with a 500-pound person? The same thing they do with a steak. Trim off the fat. And then maybe turn it into biodiesel. Oh, yeah. After all those Doritos, Twinkies, and nachos would make a fantastic sense of biodiesel to run your car. Do you know how many kilocalories is in a pound of fat? I remember reading this somewhere. A pound of fat has as much calories and energy density as a gallon of 87 octane gasoline. Right, but it's diesel, so it would be more like diesel. Yeah, it wouldn't be ultra refined diesel. Right. So, if you get, in fact, one plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills was actually sued by the medical board because he was taking all the fat that he liposuctioned out of people, treated it and turned it into biodiesel, and burned it in his BMW. Was it BMW or Mercedes? It was Mercedes. Mercedes! Free fuel! You get free fuel for nothing, and that's a true story in California, by the way. That was actually a really interesting fact. Right. I wouldn't go there, Bob. I wouldn't go there. Yeah, well, it's true though. You know what? So a pound of flab is as many calories, energy density as a gallon of gasoline. That's pretty amazing. Make excellent napalm. Oh yeah, that's the burning down of the crematorium. Yeah, exactly. You ever hear of a grease fire? Yeah, absolutely. Ben and Jerry's has a real graveyard for the retired ice cream flavors. Well, I do. We already discussed it once before. I do believe in karma. Yeah. Karma's outdated. I don't think so. It exists for a reason, Pop. Well, we've discussed this off camera. By the way, how you guys can see how my hair is growing in. What do you think about how my hair is doing? If you come as well, why hasn't the Egyptian lady died yet? Because I think that there's a reason why she's still there. We don't know what the divine is thinking with the Egyptian lady. November 18th, 2000 was the last day every human was on Earth. Since then, at least one person has been in the ISS. That just dropped on me. Wasn't anything I know of. No, I don't know this. Maybe it was a moth. Yeah, it's a moth. Oh, come on. No, come on. They're attracted to the light. Okay. It was the last day every human was on Earth. By the way, I did say I was going to do a video today. I did not get yet because I think it's too mundane, and I think most people would find it kind of boring. Okay, I was just sending a like message to somebody here. Okay. I wonder what people would think. Can we talk about the situation in my building? Well, why don't you give them the quick 411, Pop, so I don't have to rehash it from the beginning, since you obviously want to explain things anyway, so... No, it's not, Ron. No, I don't think so. No. This is like that coffee that comes out of the beaver's ass. Is it? Oh, there's a brand of coffee that comes that actually is not actually digested by an animal, and it's just, I think it's from Madagascar. There's a coffee bean that is actually passes through the digestive system of one of the animals over there. Why is she getting away with it? Oh. Since now you want me to talk about that, why is she getting away with it? I think she actually kind of gave you a hint today that she said that we have been lonely. She didn't get away with it. Everybody is not even talking to her anymore because of what she had done. Karma is being dealt with by the spiritual realm for her actions that she has done, of the damage that she had done to the people's lives in your building. Karma is being brought back to her. That's why she's not happy and she's isolated. because of the way that her actions have caused people to leave and not want to be her friend. I don't really know about that, about if I would be upset at being next door neighbors with Pop. Maybe it would help in a way because you get a chance to see me in person. Maybe it's because of the time of Oscar Wilde. Pop, why don't you tell the story? Because it's your story. I really think you should tell it. I know it takes a while to type it, but I mean, it's your story about your building, and I think it'd be better for you to tell it. I don't even know her story. You don't know her story? Really? You don't know her story? We talked about her story, and you don't know the story. Why do I get a feeling that it's not true? Okay. From the top, there's a woman in Pop's building who moved in there in around the 80s, okay? And she had a son and a daughter with a man. They got into a fight, the man and her. He left her with the 2 kids with no one to take care of her. She regretted everything he did to her. One of the kids, apparently the son, went with the father at the time of the divorce. The other, the daughter, and the mother, I think the daughter left too. Okay? She immediately took revenge on anybody that had children in his building. Out of disgust, she decided to put curses on his people in his building. This is back in the 1980s now. But she still does it because she doesn't like happy families or kids. Then, in the mid-90s, she met a guy who was Buddhist. She actually was Muslim, and she got into this discussion, and she learned that she can affect the well-being of other people in her building. Now she learned how to put curses on people. Some of the curses in the building resulted in people basically losing their jobs, losing their livelihood, and some even losing their lives. The kids, the families left the building a couple days ago. Apparently, she said to Pop that we are lonely. It turns out that she was working with the shadow spirits. Originally a total of about 18 of them. However, 14. Only 7 of them were still working with them. One of the spirits that used to work with her is working in defense of Pop. His name is Tom. Now, Tom knows this woman, and he knows her tricks. He has warned Pop and encouraged Pop to develop spiritual strength to protect himself against her spell working. That is why he's saying, why is she getting away with it? Honestly, I think she is not getting away with it because now, as she hinted to you, she's been lonely. Saying we are lonely. The we is the spirits and the ones that she talks to because they're the only ones that will talk to her at all, except maybe an occasional hello from other tenants, which have learned to basically avoid her because what she had done in that building. After death communications. No. The woman is still alive in the building. But she talks to shadow people that did pass away in the building. Okay. Norway has a 25-year limit on murder, meaning if someone murdered a person 25 years ago, they cannot be charged. Okay, so they do have a statute of limitations on that. The comments, like the drum man for Duran Duran and Queen was both named Roger Taylor. Okay. Carrie says, Ron, that's crazy. There should never be a statute of limitations on violent crime. Oh yeah, well, Norway police are actually very interesting. Remember the man that basically killed all those people at the Christian camp? Do you know what his prison cell was like? It was like a motel room. It didn't even have bars on the window. Yeah, he does need to know spiritual warfare knowledge. Tell the story about my former neighbor, her husband, the kids, oh, the moving truck people. Tell the story of my neighbor. It's very sensitive and that makes him vulnerable. You're right, he is. Okay, Rhonda. She was a born again, as I understand it, was a born again Christian. She ran a daycare in the building, not only for her own children, but for a few others, under the permission of the local government. She had a permit to operate. The woman that was doing the curses was not happy with her because of the kids playing and the noise. She, out of disgust, had cast a spell on her that actually caused her to get terminal cancer. Not just her, but her husband. They both got terminal cancer. They both died. The 3 children that were her own children ended up in foster care. It's not really the kind of story I call positive, but it does prove a point that, as Aleister Crowley proved, that curses are real and that curses really can kill. Okay, she didn't know Aleister Crowley. As far as I know, she didn't know anything about Aleister Crowley, but curses and hexes are real. This born-again Christian did not know anything of how to ward the shadow people that caused her to suffer from her malady in the first place. So when she was found out that she had fast-moving terminal cancer, it was too late to remove the cancerous tumors from her body. Not really something I really like talking about because it's kind of creepy and scary. The moving people that came to clear out the house, some of them were actually were being controlled by shadow entities that the Egyptian woman had basically planted or encouraged to take over the minds of some of the movers. The movers was to make sure that her house was cleaned out. And then they were to report to the woman to let her know that the house was cleaned out. I really seriously think she sounds more like the evil stepmother from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, if you ask me. Or Cruella de Vil. Yeah, but Cruella de Vil only did to Dalmatians. Yeah, what she do it to human beings? Good question. Probably would. They were Nephilim, okay. The quietest room in the world is so quiet that if measured at a negative decibel and you can hear your heart beating and bones moving. Okay. His mother saw demonic entities that were in some of the people did not appear to be of human type people, but rather were demonic entities. And his mother, by the way, is not spiritually cute, but she did notice that. I guess that was pretty creepy. Okay, Irish, although the official language of Ireland is second to Polish. Spiritually cute. I wouldn't say they were spiritually cute. They just appeared demonic, according to his mother. I love Martin's mom. I never actually met his mother. I don't know anything about the woman myself. She is a fighter. She did great videos analyzing evil online. Message retracted. Oh, what's this? I just saw some YouTube videos. Okay. It is theoretically possible that maybe his mom does potentially do videos on the internet. Pop never said anything about that. But if you go to his channel, the woman's videos he mostly does or shares are videos by Esmeralda Rivera. His mother, to my knowledge, never did videos on YouTube. Santa Claus was issued a pilot's license by the U.S. in 1927. Who were the people in the hallway? My mom called them masked people. What are the masked people? Basically, they were not entirely human. Okay? It's all I can tell you. I don't know much more than that about what your mother saw. Because I never talked to your mother to have her give me a straight out answer. But from what you told me, the people were overlaying, demonic entities overlaying ordinary people, and were observing through human interaction and human eyes. Okay? It's, like I said, it's not something that I feel normally comfortable talking about. What are the masked people? I just answered that. Yeah. Many people are now masked people. Well, this is some time ago. I don't know where. Not recently. No, it was some time ago. Basically, there were shadow people overlaying the normal moving people's faces with their own energies. Adult cats do not meow at each other. No, they don't. But I don't know if that's entirely true because Rusty and Fame used to meow at each other. So I don't know if that's entirely true. Because I noticed from my experience being with my cats is that Rusty and Fame were very different than the typical cats. Especially Fame, which had an extremely intelligent personality to it. Oh yeah, by the way, Roan, here's an interesting piece of history to you. Do you realize that this blue plug is one of the few U.S. mains plugs that has a fuse in it? The problem is the plug is sealed shut, so you can't change the fuse. If this fan ever totally died, this fuse, which looks like it's probably a 5 by 20 millimeter, will actually blow. You cannot replace this fuse. I don't know why they didn't offer the ability to replace a fuse, especially if someone is going to be able to fix a fan. It's just strange. Okay. Too much more interesting than Pop's comments. I love the stuff he's interested in. What, you mean Rowan or Pop? Or both? The lady just texted me. Okay, let me go back here so you understand who said. The Egyptian lady just texted me. Okay. Can we channel on the... Oh boy. We could try. What did the Egyptian lady text you about? So at least I have an idea of what... So, let's see. Many people are now mass people. Okay, Buckington. So I'm just getting caught up here. Mind you, right before they throw down, can we channel Rhonda? Okay. Unless we're doing it for our benefit. We don't know about that. The Egyptian lady just texted me. Adult cats hiss at each other. Yeah, they usually do. So you can buy a bag of old sweatshirts on Amazon for $90. And in Japan, you can buy women's underwear, used underwear. It's a popular thing in Japan. You can buy them in a vending machine. Used, unwashed underwear. Oh God. There are more combinations in a deck of cards than there are stars in the observable universe. You read that, Pop. The old witch, I read you, I heard you. Okay, Rickinson says, LOL. Okay, I love the stuff that he's interested in. Ron Martin said, video games are more successful at curing depression than therapy. Probably. I have to admit, it's hard to talk to someone who keeps ignoring me, but I still think he's interesting. Pop, do you see what she said? She finds you interesting. Rag Lady recycled rags, colored sweatshirts, 18 to 18, 40 pounds, $75 to $80. People Peace, the Egyptian lady, said that she had a dream about me last night. Okay, so why did she decide to text you? She wasn't a real human. Pop, I think Unwire is saying, can we talk about something else? Webster's Dictionary had a word that didn't exist for 5 years called Dord, D-O-R-D. Internet Splinter says, don't let her plant negative thoughts in you, Pop. That's where Tom, the shadow spirit, and the female shadow spirit that is working with Pop comes in. Their job is they've chosen to protect Pop from anybody that wants to start any negative entity work. Okay. She actually said the spirit lives inside of me and she wants to form an exorcism. Hell no, Pop. Pokemon are inspired by the transition of beetle fighting in Japan. That would make sense. Sound like Ron Jeremy's kind of a dispensing machine. Right. Instant Splitter says, Pop, no. Okay, so people telling you don't let her do anything with you. She had a dream that I was at the gym. Good. Okay, because... but don't let her get near your head, Pop. Fuck no. Don't. Maybe she wants to help. Yeah. Kill you off. She knows you are a threat to her. If you let the enemy do an exorcism, there won't be nothing left for you for the coroner to pick up and put into the dirt. Do you understand that? Yeah. After all, look what you did to Rhonda. Look what you did to other people in your building. You really want someone like that to try to mess with your head? No, don't. God, no, don't do it. Don't do it! It's not worth it. Yeah, well, that's what Satan says, Pop. Right. I don't know if that. I don't recommend anything like that. No. We already know she's malevolent. Why would you want to trust a person that does harm to others to supposedly clear your head? Oh, she'll clean your head 7 ways to Sunday, but what would it leave you? A basket case. A basket case. An automaton. And probably somebody that she can control like a robot, like what happened in Star Trek and Spock's brain. Exactly. How many people saw the episode of Star Trek called Spock's brain? That's what she would do to Pop. Go ahead, wire him with the equivalent of a remote control, and basically make him walk around saying, "It's infinitely illogical, Captain. It's infinitely illogical, Captain," and thumping around the building. Well, Dr. McCoy's trying to figure out, how am I supposed to get Spock's brain back? I don't know how to get his brain back. Then finally he puts on this helmet, this thinking cap, literally a thinking cap on this machine. And they told him how to rewire Spock's brain. Holy smoly! Pop, don't do it. Don't do it. We already trust you. We already like you. Please don't turn yourself into Spock. Don't turn yourself into a machine. Please. Yeah, I definitely don't think you. I'm not playing games with you on that, Pop. Don't do it. You've already got people here in this channel that care about you. Are we gonna really care if you walk around like a robot? Holy crap! I could just visualize that. I'm gonna see you walking around like a robot. It's bad enough me walking around, right? It is infinitely logical, Captain. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. Do not go there. Thou shalt not yield. Do not move. Do not do that. He didn't even talk. He didn't talk. Right. Here's poor Bonus McCoy walking around with a goddamn remote control. We can Pop walk just like Wile E. Coyote did with that giant robot, right? You know, you don't know anything what that woman can do. We already know what she did in the past. Can you really trust that? Do you have a spell to check for poison? Do you know if she's being honest with you? No, you don't. Given her history, given what we both found out, no. Even Rhonda says no way. Well, still, it's a good point. No shit. Circuit City's a bad company to invest in. Bring it up to your guardian angel, Pop. I'm sure they'll tell you the same thing I told you. Just after she eats hers without being rude, and then maybe pretend you're blowing your nose for 5 minutes and just keep watching her. Yeah, well, you don't want her brownies. Speaking of stores that are closing, JCPenney's bankrupt. What about the money you owe JCPenney's that they forgave the debt on? Yeah, I owe like $1,500, and the attorney agreed that I couldn't afford to pay him. They said they would forget the debt. Of course, now Macy's is in trouble on Herald Square because of what Antifa and the looters did to the Herald Square store. Macy's has a lot of history to the store and has been badly damaged. Did you know that Macy's has the oldest working wooden escalators in the world, in the United States at least? I think it's the world. Let's just say United States, just to be safe. Okay, the oldest working wooden escalators in the United States. Did you know that Macy's also leases the Wanamaker building in Philadelphia? The Wanamaker building originally was a very tall building, I think 8 floors. It has one of the largest commercial pipe organs in the building, in the world. It has, I forgot how many ranks of pipes, but the Macy's company still plays that pipe organ today, and the Wanamaker organ is maintained by a preservation society, and they still play it every day instead of having pre-recorded music in the store for all Macy's customers to listen to. And the store has currently about 4 floors. The rest of the floors of the building are not rented by Macy's. Also, the Atlantic City Broadway Boardwalk, Oregon, which is where the Miss Universe pageant has been occurring, is in the process of being fully restored to as it originally was designed back when that Atlantic City Hall was built. It is the world's largest organ, pipe organ, in existence in a public building. It has pipes that are over 64 feet long. I forgot how many ranks. It's just huge. They have been restoring the organ since about 1990s. Actually, 1980s. Is it 1980s? It was like 1990s. I think it was 1990s. Start restoring it. Yes. Okay. JK Patriots. Saudi Arabia is the only country where witchcraft is punishable by death. Okay, what is a femboy? The Bulgarian woman always thought no gifts from my mom, and those gifts brought us bad luck. Okay. There's another witch in my building too. She is a Bulgarian witch. Right. Let's get caught up here, Pop. I told her I'm not hungry. Roan, LOL. I don't need her brownies. I remember when it closed. It was devastating to America. That was this store, right? Yep. Femboy Hooters should exist. Oh, femboy hooters. Ask the spirits if she did anything to the brownies or if they're city. They don't trust them, Pop. They suggest avoid the brownies. They're not going to kill you, but they're not totally in good, true honesty. They are doctored with something. Probably maybe mixed it with Mary Jane or some other hallucinogenic drug. Stay away from them. I only state facts here, says Ron Martin. On the wire said, I checked Pop. They are safe. P.O.P. said, there's another witch in my building. She's a Bulgarian witch. The Bulgarian woman always brought gifts for my mom, and those gifts brought us bad luck. What is a femboy, says Gary. Rickington says, that's a lot of witches. Maybe it's a coven. You know, that's a good point. Well, coven has 13 people, but there may be a bunch of solitaires. I'm a witch. You're a sorceress. But yeah, you're a kitchen witch too. Yeah, but I'm a good witch. I'm like Glenda the witch from Wizard of Oz. I'm a good witch. I don't do bad things to people. No. Unless they really deserve it. Yeah, look what happened to my knee. Yeah, okay, point taken. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Black icing for Soup Kitchen Pete, and then Michelle has black ice and breaks her kneecap into 2 parts. Yeah. It's like is it like a Proud Boy? People P says, can you describe the other one, Michelle? Oh Lord. The other woman is not as bad as the Egyptian woman, but she's not exactly benevolent either. She's she definitely has a dark side. That's all I can say right now. Let's see. Okay, let me just go back here. It says talk about the other. Okay, the nosy Linda lady. Oh boy. The nosy Linda lady. Not that. Man, that is frightening. Oh, what does Rowan say? I didn't even get through here. Saudi Arabia is the only country where witchcraft is punishable by death. Yeah. Okay. Michelle, talk about the other lady, the other witch. She's more of a spy. Okay. Rowan Martin, yeah, that's right. She's more of a spy than anything. She's, she used to be a part of the Bulgarian Secret Service, so to speak, when she was in Bulgaria. And she just likes, she's just naturally nosy. And she doesn't really cast bad spells, at least not to the level of the first one. Let's see here. If it's just marijuana, then I think that's legal. But if it's cyanide, that's not nice. It may not be marijuana, it may not be cyanide. It could be medications. It could even be OTC drugs mixed in there. Or it could even be a prescription drug that can cause problems. Scrappy-Doo is widely hated that he hasn't appeared in an animated production since 1988. Right. Tell us her story. You can share her story. And right now, Papa, I'm just getting caught up here. Like how she goes around playing games. Oh boy. Okay, does anybody really want to know this? She's the woman he's talking about is She used to be involved with the Bulgarian secret services when Bulgaria was a communist country. Okay? She's just naturally nosy. She's kind of like the secret police in Russia in the sense that she was an entry-level secret service person that didn't get very far in the ranks. But even though she moved to Canada, she just naturally likes to still do it for fun. So she likes to listen to people's conversations, and she snoops on everybody, and basically likes to pick up rumors and gossip about everybody else, because she likes to dig information up and start trouble. That's her main form of hobby. The other one is much more malevolent than she is. Unfortunately, both of them basically are struggling with isolation. The first documented feature film was made in Australia in 1906. Right. By the way, did you know that celluloid nitrate film continued to be used in theaters up until about 1956? Unfortunately, given the exothermic nature of celluloid nitrate film, when the celluloid nitrate fire started, you could not extinguish it. Unfortunately, even though early cinemas had fire safety shutters on the projection booth to protect the patrons from the fumes and the ultraviolet light that came from the combusting fuel, it was such a fast exothermic reaction that the projectionist would go blind or die from the film, which is made out of nitrocellulose, which was actually the first plastic that was ever created back in the time of the Victorian era. Today, nitrocellulose is still used to make ping pong balls in China. The stuff burns extremely vicious, and as I said, once the safety shutters would trigger, because it provided its own oxygen, the fire burned really hot and was extremely violent. Many projectionists died. It wasn't until the creation of the celluloid nitrate, or acetate, celluloid acetate film base in 1956 was film safe enough to be used without safety shutters. Unfortunately, celluloid acetate film or acetate safety film has a problem. When it degrades, it turns into acetic acid smell. The film will actually degrade in the wrong conditions and actually turn into something that is totally unusable. The danger toward the projections did not exist for a while until the creation and successful using of the xenon strobe high pressure or short discharge lamp, which again resulted in projectionists having to face potential death and dismemberment from projector lamp houses exploding because the bulbs would be so hot that the quartz glass would shatter under high pressure. Today, the quartz glass in almost all short arc projection bulbs needs to be treated almost with hazmat face gear and gloves to prevent killing the projectionist. The technology replaced a form of projection lamp that was much safer called the carbon arc lamp, which main problem with carbon arc, besides lots of ultraviolet rays, was the creation of a tremendous amount of ozone. Carbon arc lamps were at least equal to and very close to the brightness of the sun. But just like with arc welding, could cause flash burns to the eyes and can blind you. It also has a habit of actually destroying color pigments in motion picture film. Oh boy, here we go. Let's get caught up here. I'm also from behind here. Please explain how she lies about her views. How she lies about her views? Let's see. Like I know from the dead animals that it also makes me happy the new car smell. What? I feel bad for thinking that leather smells good. The very first documented feature film, ancient Roman surgeons were trained to block out the sound of human screams. Yeah. And did you also know that the ancient Roman surgeons were the first to develop the cataract removal surgery that we do today, or variation of it? Despite the fact that they didn't have vacuum machines to do suction, a surgeon could still successfully put a 2mm incision into the eye and then using a pipette suck the lens out of your eye. And were able to remove a cataract. Later on, it was tried with a more barbaric way of using a knife and slicing across the eyeball and squeezing out the cataract by the Middle Ages. It wasn't going to be the Romans' development into cataract surgery was not going to become a widespread practice until the 1960s. I think that's what's that, 1960s? That sounds alright. 1960s, 1970s. Where we had finally developed efficient tools to do the proper incision and cutting to remove the damaged cataract from the eye. I'm registered about, Lomi's not. The highest fell without a the highest fall without a parachute was in 1972 at 13,333 square foot. But I was in the hospital for 16 months. I have empathy for that poor guy. How she lies about her views, I don't really know how to explain that, Pop, because she does lie. She says she supports Glenn Party when she really doesn't. But she does that because she's trying to find out information about other people. She settled for $25,000. $95,000 went to her lawyer. Well, I technically not, because first of all, I'm not an American. Right. She doesn't even have a green card. Or a birth certificate. Or anything to get a green card. And I wonder if Michelle would be able to go back to Finland with me. Again, you'd have to find your birth certificate in Finland. And they would have to replace or remove the death certificate. Right. Annette, Lorena Annette Finesse. Oh my God, where are we going to find that? Boy, that'd be a real shock. Rowan Martin would love that fact. The first woman to actually be recovered from the dead was Lorena Annette Finesse, who in 2021 was actually declared not dead and was living within her partner's MicheleMarieDalene. Lumianne Finisterra, being non-American, was deported from the United States, only to find out that MicheleMarieDalene, who was an American, ended up having to be deported too. Finnish government would have to basically allow Lumi to come back, and I also would have to give me citizenship because me and Lumi are married to each other. Exactly. But because I'm married to Michelle, I'm also going to be here in the United States too, but I just can't vote. One for the lawyers. One for the lawyers. All right. The largest tire producer in the world per unit is Lego. Right. If she lived in America, what would she do? Would she pretend to be a Democrat? Yes. Celebrate Carnation Lives Matter. Yep, they do. The only thing is can the court force Fleming to testify against you since you're married? I don't know what Finnish law would say. I don't. I think that it would be, like I said, one for the lawyers to decide. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. The 1912 Olympic gold medals were the last to be completely made of gold. Okay. Did you know that the first female figure skater admitted into the Olympics was around the same time? A little bit later. Not by much. 1917. Her name was Maggie Sawyer, a British female figure skater who won the was it 1912? Well, yeah, I think it was like that, because in 1917 they didn't have an Olympics. Right. She was almost disqualified because she was a woman athlete, but she won the Olympic gold medal for the United Kingdom. She also was the first, to my knowledge, to wear a skating dress on ice, and was her skates white? I think her skates were white. No, were they? Were they white or not? She had a really nice skating dress. She did. Yes, she did. Absolutely. It was a major first inroad for women to be figure skaters in the Olympics. Let's see. People P says, what if Kamala Harris is secretly a Republican? I think Tulsi Gabbard would be more of a Republican because she was much more supportive of Trump than the other people. Why are you ignoring me, Michelle? Are you prejudiced against? I don't know, and I don't support it anyway. The price of paper in a Hershey's Kiss is called a Niggly Wiggly. Okay, watch out for that word. It might get some people like Black Lives Matter freaking out. I respect your religion not to make any comments about it. So, just to say I don't support it, that's my choice. Right. So, it's 10:28. Wow. A little longer today. Splinter Cell was unhidden. A people of peace. Pop, careful. I know you accidentally bumped the button, it sounds like. Thanks, Pop. Yes, you did me a favor today. No, I don't think so. Considering Roan didn't do anything, Pop. What the hell did Ron Martin do? Ron Martin didn't do anything, Pop. It's just giving facts, Trivial Pursuit things, where you basically act like an idiot. That's not what you're supposed to be doing, Pop. Really? One for you? Well, remove wrench, you're done. Okay? Because you're starting to control people, and that's not good. Ron Martin didn't do anything wrong, so pop. Okay. That's what I say. I don't really think I want to give too many people wrenches because it creates too many damn possibilities for things to happen. Yeah, he maybe did, but again, I gotta be careful around here. Because, Rowan Martin didn't do anything wrong. Jenkum Priest, that's questionable. So, only if you at least try to be part of the conversation and not separate from it. Okay? Okay, I'll give you your wrench back. I want us to be part of the conversation and not separate from it. Alright. So you got your wrench back now. Mafia and told them not to. Okay. So, where are we now on the show? It's doing okay. It's running a lot longer than I normally would do for tonight, but I get a feeling that Wednesday is going to be another long one. I just get a feeling that on Wednesday, 8 o'clock, there's going to be a lot of people, and I may need some help to deal with some of the callers. You're going to use the filtering option. I don't know how I could do that, Will. I really don't know how. We'll just forward the call to the studio line, and then when they call the studio line, you just do the same thing with the one, and then or hang up if you want to keep the security simple. Yeah, all right, I can see your point there. What would you do? Okay. What would you do if the Egyptian lady lived in your building? Simple. Stay the hell out of her way. Period. That's what. I would certainly not go ahead and go to her house for tea and crumpets. Given what we know about her, I wouldn't go to her house for tea and crumpets or even little tea sandwiches. Jesus Christ. That would not be a good idea. Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know what a crumpet is, it's kind of like an English muffin. Except after you cut it, you brown it on the bottom. You don't brown the top. So you would not make a proper English crumpet by putting it into a toaster. So basically you got a nice crispy outside on around the bottom, right? But the actual cut part doesn't get browned. Okay, a nice proper British tea is actually pretty nice. No. The human eye moves 50th of a second. Yeah, the human eye by nature is designed for PAL. It's actually designed for phase alternating line frequency. The human eye does not work in NTSC type scanning. 50th of a second is the natural eyeball frame rate. It's a 50th of a second. Unlike standard 2-to-1 television interlacing, it scans the whole frame in one sweep. How fast does your eyes go? Fast enough. Now, by the way, I asked a question and nobody even answered. I asked you how you thought my hair was growing in. Yeah, how is Michelle's hair doing? Oh, God. It's doing okay, though. I'm sure of it. What did she say? I gotta figure out where they are. People peace, so what you do? New York, it is legal to carry an ice cream cone. The smallest thing ever photographed was the shadow of an atom. Okay. Of course, I still didn't get an answer to my question. No! Okay. Definitely no. I asked you a question, guys, and I didn't even get an answer yet. How do you think my hair is doing? Well, how do you think it looks? You're looking at yourself in the camera shot. I definitely think it's filling in. It doesn't seem like it's quite as obnoxious anymore. LOL, Michelle. Sorry, we have a lot of WSWM people in groups here in Texas, so I enjoy making jokes about them making angry enough that they could kill me. Cranes are built using cranes. Yep. What does Rhonda think? Pop. Rhonda doesn't like what now she can speak posthumously. She does not like that woman. Well, I've been using the Rogaine minoxidil. I think it's starting to really fill in. And you got fur up there. Yeah, I got fur. I didn't lose any fur. It looks like the parts started to fill in, actually. Yeah. Well, you can do what I do, just as a preventive measure, besides taking the vitamins that was donated to me. The multivitamin for women I buy. The vitamin D3 that my doctor suggested, which is an over-the-counter 5,000 IU. plus my thyroid hormone, plus my niacin, and the 5% minoxidil. Yeah. Carrie is trolling me again. Oh. I think the lady is doing it. You think the lady is some emotion sometimes. Sometimes it's the spirit. I'm not. Okay. When are you going to make old man's a mod to the channel? It's been a while since we talked about it. Guillotine was still a form of capital punishment in France when the first Star Wars came out. That's right. That was the last execution made beheading in France. Anti-Irish mods. So what color is my natural hair? Is it still the same, or does it look like it's changing? It still looks like it's got a white streak to it, though. Okay, well, don't worry about it. She just likes to basically tease a little guy. Don't take it serious. I think it's almost time to get ready to wrap it up anyway. Well, theoretically speaking, we're doing pretty good today anyway. I don't really think we need to do anything to start, all of a sudden start swinging band hammers at people. I think that's going to be a bad idea. So what color is the natural hair color? Now, I haven't retouched it, okay? I still haven't made it brown or anything. So what color is this real hair at the part? I'm just curious. Looking at the bone, it looks like Kenny is out of control with the trolling. Deleting memories. Okay, we need to yeah. So, but I still am curious, does anybody know what the real color of this hair is? Because I know it's all hair, I know it's all growing here in this spot, but I wonder what color is the real hair that's growing in? I would say pretty damn white. Probably. So can Mark be a mod? I suppose, but I don't want to have a million mods. I just wanted to try to keep it simple. I still didn't get an answer to the question I asked. Michelle asked again, what color is the hair that's growing out. And let's say it's pretty light. It's pretty light. That's all I know. I don't. Let's see if I can make it a little easier. Oh God. Okay, I just brought the camera closer to my head. A little lighter, I think it's a little more. And just bringing the camera towards me. Yeah, they can see it now. Now you got a bad shadow with the light fixture. Can't win. No. Okay, let's flip it around here. Someone kept deleting people's memories of me. It is theoretically possible. Pop. It is theoretically possible. I just tell my boom with the light over so you can see it better. So like I said, what is the story with the head color? Looks white to me. Yeah, I think this is definitely later. What do you think, Carrie? Looks like a ginger. I think it's a lighter red color. I think it's a lighter red, yeah. Well, I don't know what Carrie's hair looks like. Yeah, maybe. So, okay, did I bring the camera back where it belongs? I think so. Okay. Yeah, no, I just put, there we go. Okay. You look like Carrie. I don't know what Carrie looks like. I don't know. I have no idea. No, I'm not. People P says, okay, Pop, give me a minute. Holy fuck, I gotta go back and look at Pop's message. I think the Egyptian lady is doing it, talking about the fact that he's saying is that he thinks that she's erasing his knowledge of people, or people's knowledge of him. It's theoretically possible, Pop. I don't really know enough yet to really give you a definitive absolutely. I have to ask Tom that. He does say yes, by the way, in case you didn't know. Okay, so the question is why? Because she knows that the Pop is powerful enough that if people really started supporting him, then she would have a harder time manipulating people in the building. I think it's a lighter shade. I use light brown dye to cover up the red because of the anti-Irish persecution in this country. Speaking of Irish people, remember that one of the Irish people is pretty much doesn't even exist on this channel anymore. I'll talk about Irish Marie. She's bad. Yeah. Or what about Coppercap? And the same as Ginger's House Souls. I know, because I go to church. Yeah, I don't think my hair is quite Coppercap's red. It's not quite that red. I already told you I already am a natural redhead, so. Yeah. Since myself, considering your very close relationship with Tino. I think you wouldn't mind. It's not to me that. What was that? Is she jealous of me? I don't know what. Even if I makes you happy, sure. What is she up to? Jealous of? Pop, let's put it this way. Think of this. She, unfortunately, has alienated everybody in the building who do not want to be around her because she is considered a bad person. People in the building know that. The other one, Linda, she's a gossip head. She's not in the same league as the Egyptian lady is. Okay? You are much more powerful than either one of the two. She's afraid that people become your friend, that the people will ask you to remove her from the building. Or find a way to strip her of her power. Okay? That's the reason why. But, given your abilities, you could actually block her spell if you choose to. I'm trying to look. Look up the Urban Dictionary, Carrie. Look up in the Urban Dictionary. Well, I know, Mark. It's just nature of this channel. So, obviously, what do you think of them? Yeah, I wouldn't go near her. Carrie, I don't know. Me and Carrie seem to get along pretty good. It's funny because we talked about she's actually born the same month that Patty is. The difference is unlike Patty, Carrie is a good Virgo and respects this Aquarius. Whereas Patty is a toxic Virgo and wants to control the universe. Like the Egyptian lady in Pop's building. Yeah. Not exactly good for everybody. Damien saying, could Linda be the one reporting back to your father? Probable. Yes. Both Patty and Carrie are Virgos. The difference is Carrie and me get along great as friends, where Patty wants to basically ruin my life, and control my life. Carrie doesn't want to do that. Oh, I can bet I can be toxic too, because I got Virgo in my chart also. But I choose not to be toxic. I choose not to be. I'm an Aquarius, but I got enough Virgo on my chart to make me just as much of a Virgo as any other Virgo. You're just not a clean freak. I'm just not a clean freak. Right. Okay. That's the only thing I'm not. I'm not a clean freak. I allow a lot to go. Carry once for arm. That's not nice. Anyone with title on you. Yeah, I would not want you as an enemy. Yeah, considering the fact is that number one is I'm also a sorceress too. Apparently similar to that woman that Pop was talking about, that Egyptian lady. The difference is that I don't normally go out of my way to cause problems for people. I usually just want to do good things. But cross me enough times and I can be really mean. I do have a red-headed temper. I do have a temper. Big one. All my life I've tried very hard to not let my temper control me. Well, okay. Once I farted on the live stream, but I couldn't exactly deny it. Okay. Well, tell you what, it's getting late. I have to get up. Oh my God, it's actually 5 minutes to 11, my time zone. Carrie, I want to give you a call quickly after the show. Pop, we'll talk tomorrow, more afternoon, after the phone guy comes. Or maybe we can talk tomorrow before the phone guy comes, but I have to make sure to keep the phone free in case he calls me. I'll make sure he can find my apartment. But I definitely do think that today's show was a good show overall. And I usually don't understand that someone doesn't like me or is being mean. So what I'm gonna do is I just want to say everybody that everybody's really excited about Wednesday. And I understand that, but I gotta get ready to get some sleep. But I do want to call Carrie real quick before we go to sleep. So, everybody, I will talk to you tomorrow during the live show, and of course I'll be at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And then on Wednesday we will have the phone out here. So, maybe we can sneak in the phone tomorrow. Maybe, depending if there's any technical problems that we need to deal with. So that will be for tomorrow. What, Pop? Last question answered, Pop. Let's see what it says here. Let's see. What was he asked? Ask. Okay, ask what? Alright, so ask Tom what was the one giving me my flight information. The one you call Linda is more than likely was giving him information. Right. I don't think the Egyptian one was doing it. No, I don't think it was the Egyptian one. Definitely the other one now. Yeah. Alright guys, everybody, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, it's time to get some sleep. So, Carrie, I'm going to give you a quick call after I'm done, and everybody else. Thank you very much for being here. I much appreciate it. Like I said, Wednesday, officially, we'll be having our live show with a phone out here tomorrow on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Assuming there's no technical problems, which I don't see why there would be, but you know how things are around here. It's just like, Wally Coyote said, even the best laid plans go foul. So we'll have to see what happens. So, bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye, everybody.